Thank you once again for coming to watch another video for my weekly predictions for the German Bundesliga. I hope you had a wonderful week last week and you had great results. And so therefore, I'm expecting for us to have another great week this week. Alright, let's jump right into it. And our first game is Freiburg versus Bochum. And I'm expecting Freiburg to win here. Both teams not to score. And my predicted scoreline is for Freiburg to win this game by 2 goals. Alright, you want to do a double chance against the Freiburg or Bochum to win, and no goals to score. Alright, and both teams not to score, I should say. Alright, and so my prediction for this game again is for Freiburg to win, being at home, and they usually do very well at home. And I'm expecting both teams not to score. And my predicted scoreline is for Freiburg to win by 2 goals to 0. And if you want to do a double chance against the Freiburg or Bochum to win, and both teams not. Alright, and thanks. So those are my predictions for that particular game. And moving right along to the next game, which is Hertha Berlin versus Borussia Dortmund. And for this particular game, Borussia Dortmund, they're struggling. They've been very awful. But for this particular game, I'm expecting them to pick themselves up, and I'm expecting them to well enough here. If they are careful to this game to end in a draw, I'm going to select them to win. And so therefore both teams to score, I'm going to see no. And in terms of a double chance, that is it, Borussia Dortmund or Hertha Berlin to win and both teams not to score. My predicted scoreline is for Dortmund to win this game by 2 goals. Alright. Worst case scenario, it ends in a draw, I believe. Alright. And so let's go ahead and look back at my predictions for the Hertha Berlin versus Borussia Dortmund game. I'm expecting Borussia Dortmund to win. Both teams to score no. I want to do a double chance against the Hertha Berlin and Borussia Dortmund to win and both teams not to score. My predicted scoreline is for Borussia Dortmund to win by 2 goals to 0. Alright. So those are my predictions for the Hertha Berlin versus Borussia Dortmund game. Let's move right along to the next game, which is Hoffenheim versus Augsburg. And my prediction for that particular game is for Hoffenheim to win here. Hoffenheim to win. And Augsburg, both teams to score, not Augsburg. So therefore Hoffenheim to win and both teams to score. You want to do a double chance against the Hoffenheim or Augsburg to win and both teams to score. Alright. And predicted scoreline is for Hoffenheim to win this one 2-1. Alright. So if you want to go on the handicap system, you can go on the handicap system and bet for Hoffenheim to win by a goal. $2.15. Alright, so going back to my predictions for this particular game. And back to my predictions for this particular game, it is Hoffenheim to win, both teams to score. Hoffenheim to win and both teams to score $2.70. And also another prediction is Hoffenheim or Augsburg to win and both teams to score. And my predicted scoreline is for Hoffenheim to win by 2 goals to 1. And also on the handicap system, Hoffenheim to win by a goal. Those are my predictions for that particular game. And so therefore go ahead and select whichever prediction you want from those and create your betting slip and wish the best of luck. Moving on to our next game, which is Mainz versus Bayern Leverkusen. Mainz versus Bayern Leverkusen. Bayern Leverkusen off to a poor start as well. Mainz usually does well at home, but this particular game, I think that this one might end in a draw. Worse, if Bayern Leverkusen can manage to find themselves, then they could be able to pull off a victory here, but I'm going to expect this one to be a draw. And I'm expecting this to be a scoring draw as well, so I'm expecting both teams to score. So a draw on both teams to score, yeah. And so that's another double chance. And in terms of my prediction, I'm saying 1-1. Alright, so these are my predictions for the Mainz versus Bayern Leverkusen game. Mainz versus Bayern Leverkusen game, sorry about that. And I'm expecting a draw, expecting both teams to score. So a draw on both teams to score, $4.20 for that. My predicted scoreline is 1-1. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Mainz versus Leverkusen game. Moving right along to our next game, which is RB Leipzig versus Wolfsburg. RB Leipzig versus Wolfsburg. RB Leipzig, they're not a very poor start. And as a result here, I'm going to have Wolfsburg ending this game in a draw with them. And I'm going to have both teams to score. Alright. So in terms of result, it could either go with, want to do a double chance against the RB Leipzig to win or Wolfsburg to win. Both teams to score. Yeah. My predicted scoreline for this particular game is that it ends 1-1. Right? Going back again to my predictions for the RB Leipzig game versus Wolfsburg, I'm expecting a draw here. Expecting both teams to score. If you wanted a double chance against the RB Leipzig or Wolfsburg to win, and both teams to score, getting $2.37 for that. In terms of my predicted scoreline, which is 1-1, you're getting $8.50. Alright, so let's move right along to our next game, which is Schalke versus Union Berlin. Alright. And for the Schalke versus Union Berlin game, I'm expecting Union to take this one here. I think they're going to take this one from Schalke. Not going to be easy, but I expect them to take it. Alright. And I expect them to take it by 2-1. In terms of a double chance, I'm going to say Schalke or Union to win and both teams to score. Alright. Expecting Union to win by 2-1. So therefore, on the handicap system, if you're not interested to bet in the correct score, you can bet for Union to win by a goal. Alright. Union to win by a goal. Alright, so going back over my predictions for the Schalke versus Union game, I'm expecting Union to win here. And in terms of a double chance, I'm expecting, you can say Schalke or Union to win and both teams to score, yes. And my predicted scoreline is 2-1 in favor of Union. And if you don't want to bet the correct score, you can bet for Union to win by a goal. Alright. Let's go back here now and move along to our next game. This game is Bayern Munich versus Borussia Mönchengladbach. And my prediction for this game is for Bayern to win, both teams not to score. And my predicted scoreline for this particular game is for Bayern to win by 3-0. Alright. So these are my predictions. If you wanted a double chance against the Bayern Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach to win and both teams not to score. Alright. So I'm running go over my predictions again for the Bayern Munich versus Borussia Mönchengladbach game. Bayern Munich to win, both teams to score no. Expecting Bayern Munich to win by 3-0. If you want to do a double chance against the Bayern Munich or Borussia Mönchengladbach to win and both teams not to score. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Bayern Munich versus Borussia Mönchengladbach game. And by the way, my humblest apologies for the background noise. They're doing some construction and it's in the middle of the day here, and my humblest apologies. I hope you hear me clearly and it's not annoying you too much. Alright, then moving on again to our next game, which is Cologne versus Stuttgart. And for this particular game now, I'm expecting Cologne to come out on top here. I'm expecting them to win by a goal here. Both teams to score. No. In terms of a double chance, going to say Cologne or Stuttgart to win and both teams not to score. My predicted scoreline is for Cologne to win by 2 goals. Alright. Don't want to bet the score, you can always go on the handicap system and bet for Cologne to win by a goal. It's $3.60. So recapping my predictions for this game. Cologne versus Stuttgart. I'm expecting Cologne to win. I'm expecting both teams not to score. Want to do a double chance against a Cologne or Stuttgart to win, and both teams not. We're getting $2.70 for that. And my predicted scoreline is for Cologne to win by 2-0. And if you don't want to bet the correct score, you can always go on the handicap system and bet for Cologne to win by a goal. You're getting $3.60 for that. Now right along to our final game for this game week, and that game is between Bremen and Eintracht Frankfurt. Bremen had a very very glorious 5 minutes last week against Borussia Dortmund, where they scored 3 goals in about 5 minutes. Then served the they came back to win that one 3-2. That was very surprising. And so therefore now for this week I have Bremen doing well against Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt, they haven't gotten off to the best of that start of the season. And so therefore I'm having them doing well against Eintracht Frankfurt here, but I think this one might end in a draw. And therefore I think this one might end in a draw. Worst case scenario, Bremen find themselves in the driver's seat once again and take this one home. Both teams to score yes. And alright, let's see. One of the double chance here, draw on both teams to score yet. My predicted scoreline for this particular game is that it's going to end 1-0. Alright. My predicted scorelines for the Bremen versus Eintracht Frankfurt game is for this game to end in a draw. Both teams to score yet, and I'm expecting a 1-0 draw. Therefore, if you want to do a double chance against both teams to score and a draw, you're getting $4.20 for that prediction. Alright, and so those are my predictions for the German Bundesliga for this game week. And I wish you all happy betting. Continue to watch my videos. Subscribe to my channel, share with your friends, and like these videos that we can grow on YouTube, and I will give you more of these videos in the years to come and the months to come. Alright, thank you very much and have a great rest of the day.